All right, yesterday we did interior angles of a polygon. We learned two formulas, the sum of the interior angles, and we also learned about each or one interior angle of a polygon. Okay, so let's make sure everyone has our notes sheet that you grabbed on the way in. Looks like this, so you can do the notes, right? So again, exterior angles is what we're doing today. So let's do that. All right, so we're going to take some of what we did yesterday to use today. So we have a regular triangle here, and it says, what's the sum of the interior angles? Now, I hope we already know from our triangle unit the sum of the interior angles of a triangle. But just in case you don't, okay, this right here, we're doing the n minus 2 times 180, right? So you can do 3 minus 2 times 180. But either way, you should get how many degrees inside of a triangle? 180, okay? So 180 is the answer. That was our little formula. Now, the measure of each interior angle, remember, we're going to take that, and then we're going to divide it by n, the number of sides, okay? So we're going to take 180 divided by the number of sides. How many sides are there in a triangle? Tres, right? So divide that by 3. So 180 divided by 3 gives me 60, okay? So my answer so far, the sum is 180, each is 60, right? There's my picture. And now the question is, what's the measure of each exterior angle? So here's how you do this, okay? What, first of all, is an exterior angle? So what we're going to do is we're going to extend the sides. So I'm going to take this side, and I'm going to extend it. This is my exterior angle on the outside. I'm going to extend this. This is my exterior angle. I'm going to extend this. This is my exterior angle, okay? So I've got 3 extensions on a triangle. That makes 3 exterior angles, okay? On the inside, I can label each of those interior angles as 60, 60, 60. And here's the big question. How do I get these exterior angles? Okay, so let's go back in time a couple units, or 3 or 4 or 5, okay? How many degrees are in a straight line? 180 degrees. If you know the interior angle 60, and you know they make a straight line, and a straight line is 180 degrees, take a wild guess at how we figure out the exterior angle. Subtraction, 180 minus 60. Now, let's see what y'all remember for vocab. What do I call these two angles when they make a straight line that's 180 degrees? So they are supplementary, but there's also a fancy name for them. They're a certain pair that makes a line, linear pair, right? So basically, interior and exterior are a linear pair. They're supplementary, which means they add up to 180. Okay, so up top here, I'm going to write that. Okay, they're supplementary, which means I'm going to do 180 minus each interior. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do right here. 180 minus 60. So remember, that's how I got this number. The each interior is what I subtract from 180. Okay? So what is 180 minus 60? 120. So each of these exterior angles is 120 degrees. Okay? Now that I have all of them, I'm going to add them all up. So what's 120 plus 120 plus 120? Or 120 times 3. What do I get? 360. Okay? I'll do another one with you, but I'm going to let you do the two after that, okay? So, regular quadrilateral, aka, what do you call that thing right there? That is specifically, yes, a square. So, just so you know, if you're acting like a square, I might just call you a regular quadrilateral. Don't be a regular quadrilateral. All right, so here we go. For regular quadrilateral, again, we're going to use n minus 2 times 180. 4 minus 2 times 180. So how many degrees are inside of a quadrilateral? I'll give you a hint. Watch. 360. All right. You like that? 360. Now, how do I find each? What do I do to 360? Divide by n, the number of sides. So we're going to divide it by 4. And I get Can you turn your head to the right? 90. And we know that from a square, each angle does have 90 degrees. And it does add up to 360. So that's great. So now we're thinking about the other side where we're going to make the extensions of the sides, right? So I extend this side. I have an exterior angle. Extend that side. Extend that side. Okay? Now, each exterior angle. How did I find each exterior last time? At the top I told you. 180 minus each interior. So that's what we're going to do. 180 minus, and over here, 90. So what's 180 minus 90? 90. So this is the one case where they match inside and outside. Okay? So that means, and it kind of makes sense, that each of these is 90 on the outside. Alright? Now, if I have 4 exterior angles that are 90, I want to find the sum, which means I'm going to take those 90 degree angles times 4. What's 90 times 4? 360. Okay? Alright, so we slowly but surely went through the first two. I'm going to give you a couple minutes to try the next two. Okay? And I believe in you. You can do it. So, try to put this out of the way here. Let go. All right. All right, 3 minutes. Give it a shot. So everyone's doing each of those. Find the sum of the interior, each exterior, sum of the exterior. Okay? So do the same thing for the next two at the bottom of that page. Okay? No. I. Alright. So, down here, let's see what you got. Hopefully you got something that matches mine. So for regular pentagon, everyone knows, 5-sided figure. So for that pentagon, on the top there, we're supposed to be putting the sum of the interior angles. So remember, we're going to use n minus 2 times 180. So if you did 5 minus 2 times 180, what did you get? 540. And then we take 540 divided by 5, and we get what? What? 108. Okay, and then over here for each exterior, so again, we're making these extensions. And so if each one of these on the inside is 108, then guess what we're going to do? We're going to subtract 108 from 180, okay? So 180 minus 108, what does that give me? 72. And since I have 5 sides, 72 times 5 is what? 360, okay? Regular octagon. So again, we're doing 8 minus 2 times 180. What do we get? What do we get on this one? What? 1080. P. No, kidding. 1080. And then divide 1080 by 8. And we get what? 135? Okay. So that means, and there's going to be a lot of drawing here, but each of these interior angles is going to be 135, 135, 135, 135, 135, 135. I don't even know if I said that 8 times, but 135 for each, okay? So how do I find each exterior angle? By the way, this was supposed to be 72. Okay, so we have a question on the first one. Right here. Like, to get this number, we subtract whatever that is from 180 because it makes a straight line. So, and that's what we're about to do on the next one. So on the one we're on, 135, I'm going to take 180 minus 135, and I get 45. Okay, 45 degrees. So that means, here we go again, 45, 45, 45. I know it's kind of ugly, but it is what it is. Okay, so 45, and then I'm going to take that 45 times how many sides? 8, and I get 360. Now, at the bottom, we're trying to make a rule, just like we did yesterday. We had a rule for the interior angles. We're making a rule for the exterior angles, okay? So, let's think about this, okay? If I have n sides, what did I do for this column right here? N minus 2 times 180, right? N minus 2 times 180. Cool. And then for this one right here, I took that n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. That was my each formula. So let's write that down. N minus 2 times 180 over n. Okay, there's not a ton of room there. Sorry, write small. It doesn't matter if it bleeds over, whatever. Okay. Then we have each exterior, okay? So you take all this, subtract it from 180, okay? So 180 minus that. Oh, class is almost over here. So that's a big ugly fraction, okay? But you tell me, the last column, what number was on every single one of them? We should have gotten 360. So I'm going to make this a little simpler for you. So all this right here, I'm going to circle this in blue. All this right here, okay? That's too complicated. Here's how we make this a little bit simpler, okay? It's going to be 360 over n, okay? So at the very bottom, when it says exterior angle sum, exterior sum was this last column, it's always going to be 360. And right below that, we're going to write something, okay? Each exterior, okay, and that has to be for a regular polygon, is going to be 360 divided by the number of sides, okay? So our two formulas for today, the exterior sum is 360, and each exterior of a regular polygon is 360 over n.